It would help if I actually unmuted my microphones. Hello everyone, and welcome now to game 1 in a series between Happy and Maker. Happy has spawned as the red undead over here on the bottom right hand side of the map. Meanwhile, Maker has spawned as the blue undead over here on the top left. We'll see how things progress in this series. I believe this is the semifinals of the one of the latest MooCups, as we are now at the 2-minute mark. If it sounds like I am a bit rushed, it is. I do got to take care of the kids and prep dinner and do all of those great things that I gladly do for my children. Anyways, Maker going after this 3-1-1 creep camp first, as opposed to the typical 5-3-3 creep camp. That is a little bit strange and odd, but we are going to be going after now what appears to be this expansion location here after picking up some skeletal minions. Meanwhile, his opponent Happy has opened up with skeletal minions and crypt fiends and doing the much more traditional creep out. He'll be able to take down these apprentice wizard creep camps. He has not yet cleared out this particular creep camp, but the Death Knight of Maker ready to bring in the pain. He is completely bypassing everything and wanting to come inside here and do a lot of damage. We'll see if this particular strategy does work this time around, as the ghouls are going straight inside the base. Alright, Happy is going to be significantly delayed. There is one Nerubian tower. Ghouls are all in position. Meanwhile, a lightning shield on the Death Knight, actually acting as a bit of a deterrent as a ghoul does come back out. Alright, Spirit Tower also being added in here to try and add in a bit more damage, and that is gonna really add up to a lot more damage here. Yes, a lot of acolytes are currently not mining, but so far I do not believe that many acolytes have fallen. Crypt Fiend now trying to back off here. Another acolyte back on there, as the Death Knight now going after a Crypt Fiend. Crypt Fiend may get death coiled. No, not going to be able to get death coiled, but the Crypt Fiend is wandering around pretty consistently trying to get into harm's way, and that Crypt Fiend does seem to be okay, at least for a little while longer. Death Knight may be able to get in a long distance death coil here. Is it going to be able to make it? Yes, it will, right there, as the Death Knight of Happy gets to level 2. Spirit Tower now up, Nerubian Tower still operational, and Happy has shaken off that early aggression, got to level 2 over Maker's really aggressive tactics. Note, he does not have a Scroll of Town portal that was sold earlier in the game in order to pick up that early Rod of Necromancy, as that Death Knight now heads back off to the north with no death coils, no experience, and really not that many support units, as you're going to see here. Alright, going straight after the Null Assassin. Is he going to try and at least keep this Null or this Assassin or Skeletal Minions alive? That is the big question there. Assassin down to 93 hit points. A death coil would actually be helpful if he had it, but obviously he does not, since he is not yet at level 2. I am temporarily challenged now, as the Death Knight does get to level 2 and head back off to the north. Let's take a look. With that, Maker is about, a little bit more than halfway tech to tier 2. Meanwhile, Happy is going to be a little bit behind. But the standing army size, 25 over 30 compared to 25 over 30. A lot of ghouls were lost, though, coming in from Maker, as the Death Knight now needs to try and clear out some creep camps. You can see the Crypt Fiends off to the north here, going to clear out the remainder of this 1-1-1 and 5-3-3. A new Rod of Necromancy was purchased, and you're going to see those units quickly jump back down onto the field. Meanwhile, it looks as though Happy is going to go ahead and try and go after that Renegade Wizard first, purposely pulling away the Enforcers and some remaining units. That is a very good use of time there. Anytime their creeps are not attacking you, that is damage mitigated. So very strong damage mitigation by Happy, as he is already at level 3 now with Devotion Aura. Meanwhile, back off to the north, you can see Maker getting a second Ring of Protection +2. Gonna have very high armor, gonna be very difficult to take out, but he is still not yet at level 3, and he will not be able to support his army just quite yet. Alright, Death Knight, I believe he picked up a Tome of Experience right there, hence the sudden jump to level 4. Level 2 Unholy Aura, faster movement speed, 20% movement speed bonus for all of those units, as the Death Knight is going to perhaps be picking up a Rod of Necromancy using a Skeletal Charge, and now heads back off to the north here. Maker does have a skeletal minion here. It is going to end up falling. Meanwhile, back off to the north, Happy is getting lined up and ready to go. Perhaps he's going to try and go after the expansion location, expecting that Maker is currently there. He is going to be able to do a potential creepjack of Death Knight. Now sitting at level 3, does have Robe of the Magi, so he does use that Death Coil fairly fast. Make sure to finish off his opponent's unit, and now runs back onto Blight to heal up at least for a little while. Robe of the Magi may be given to the Lich. You can see Black Citadel not yet done. Mantle of Intelligence also given to the Lich. That Lich already at 435 mana, and that Frost Nova is going to be deadly. Now, Death Coil not going to be able to make it. Death Knight now makes its way back around again. There's the Frost Nova finishing off a unit and dealing good damage all the way around. The Crypt Fiends are now just desperately trying to steal experience from each other. The Death Knight of Happy, long distance Death Coil, as well, Maker says 2 can play at that game, as he finishes off that Forest Troll there. So far, I got to give an advantage slightly to Happy. He was not thrown off his game. He is now catching up. He is getting up his Lich. He is still behind a little bit in terms of tech, but not too far. As long as he does not try to engage his opponent too much right now, he should be fine. If he does try to engage his opponent, he's going to find the reinforcements on the heavier tech units and the heroes to be a little bit overwhelming, as we may see a Dark Ranger as that third hero. Death Knight still wandering around here. Let's take a look. Skeletal minions or Crypt Fiends now making their way back here. Gonna go ahead and finish off on Kobold Geomancer. Is the Death Knight gonna try and steal this? No, it does not look like it. The Death Knight just standing around right here. As you can see, the Kobold, the Taskmaster, is right there. Death Knight very much nearby. Is he gonna steal that item? There's the Death Coil, steals the Wand of Mana Stealing, and is gonna be able to teleport out. Beautifully done. Taking that Wand of Mana Stealing, taking the experience, and denying level 2 from that Lich, which was absolutely critical. All right, back over here. Lich is already at level 2, so Happy has made up the ground and then some, as the Lich of Maker still sitting at level 1. Lich has a Wand of Mana Stealing, but that is pretty much it. Death Knight goes back, picks up an orb. Nope, does not pick up the Orb of Corruption, as the Black Citadel is not yet done. And now going to make its way back off to the north here. Lich going to be just shy of level 3, I believe. Not going to be able to make it. Going to be about 30 experience shy. No, yep, 24 experience shy. Yes, off by 6. Well within the margin of error for calculating experience, as we're looking at the Lich and that Death Knight perhaps head its way back down south. Maker does have that Orb of Corruption and has +9 attack on top of the +5 from that Orb of Corruption, as we're looking at a Skeletal Minion getting taken down there. All right, Crypt Fiend's going to be ready to go. Meanwhile, back off to the north, Lich now at level 3. The hero nukes are going to be fast and furious. Death Knight sitting at level 4. Will not be able to Death Coil those units, but any low hit point Crypt Fiend could instantly get melted, and the timing on that is extremely important. As you know, the Death Knight's Death Coil is a missile targeting spell, while the Lich's Frost Nova is an instantaneous spell. You can, in fact, burn down a Crypt Fiend while the Death Coil is on its way to the target, kill the target, and make the Death Coil completely moot and wasted. That could happen here. I highly doubt it, though. It is a very, very rare occurrence, but when it does happen, well, I got you all on the hype train with nowhere really to go. Death Knight now coming back across here. Are we going to see the Dark Ranger and the Lich try to pull away? Death Knight now leading the charge here. Lich is going to slowly try and get away. The Death Knight is not even bothering. Yep, there he goes. Finally turns back around, gives that Lich an important unholy aura, as the Kobolds now turn allegiances and start attacking Maker. Happy needs to pick up that Orb of Corruption. Dark Ranger is sitting at level 1. But Happy is in a very good position for follow-up play. What is going to be happening here? There comes that Lich waiting for that Orb of Corruption. There it is. Also has a Gloves of Haste. Will be attacking slightly faster and can change targets. That is important as well. Whoever micros their Lich better with that Orb of Corruption generally ends out on top, as we are looking at +17 damage on that Lich with and boots of speed, and also a potion of lesser invulnerability to help it survive. All right, there goes down that unit there. Dark Ranger gonna try and get some shots off. No, doesn't even bother, doesn't even want to waste those, waste the mana on the arrows, as we're looking at a bit of a chase. All right, there's a little bit of damage. Dark Ranger now looking to back off here. Orb of Corruption now going down. You can see how much damage each of those attacks are really doing, taking off a good chunk on those skeletal minions. And whoever is running is generally the person who is losing 9 times out of 10. All right, silence. There goes a Crypt Fiend. Beautifully done, as Maker was silenced, unable to do anything else. Or is he going to lose another one? There's a Frost Nova there. Quickly melting that. Happy does have burrowed Crypt Fiends, as well as another Crypt Fiend gets taken down. If you are keeping track, that's 3-0 in favor of Happy, as the Crypt Fiends cooldown is currently on. Well, the Death Coil is currently on cooldown. There's a Death Coil trying to save again. Happy unburrows a Crypt Fiend, burrows another one. 2 more are now back out, ready to join in on the fight. And you can see this is just playing a game of whack-a-mole, trying to figure out what your opponent is going to be doing. Death Knight could easily get a Death Coil off on that Lich right now. Dark Ranger now looking to back off. A long, drawn-out fight here. As you can see, the Obsidian statues are not getting corrupted, even though perhaps they should be. All right, the fight is still going on strong here. More burrowed Crypt Fiends are coming back out. There goes another one, as the Death Knight was silenced just for good measure, making sure that there is no chance of a Death Coil, although he was low on mana already. Another Crypt Fiend off to the north, gonna get taken down. There it goes, as Maker's army is pretty much completely dead, and that is going to be the game. Happy taking game 1 in this series. No real chance whatsoever. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed game 1. Please stay tuned for game number 2.